Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teliosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. This is the podcast where you get to learn Greek, the grammar about the words, but theology also. And we're going through Ephesians, a great book. We're in chapter 3, which discusses in the first half Paul's role as bringing the knowledge of Christ, his meaning of his coming, and what that means to us regarding salvation and the Christian life. And he's transitioned a little bit in terms of, at the end of this section, talking about the eternal purpose of God in Christ. All this knowledge and revealing the mystery to Paul. And that brings us to our verse today, verse 12. So get that Greek text open up the Greek text. Let's start with in, that ever-present preposition, meaning inside or at, on, by means of, very flexible. Next is the omega, and this is a short word without a T, so it makes you think of a relative pronoun, who or which, and indeed it is. It's a dative, singular, masculine, or neuter. Eklemen, this is a verb, obviously doesn't have a prefix or an augment. Ech is the root, and then that O is the connector to the ending specifying gender and number, men, first person, plural, and the O is the connector along with the E in the present and the future tenses as long, and also the aorist passive. Tin persiasin kai, tin prosogogin. Okay, so we have two nouns connected by chi, which connects, similar thoughts of the same topic. Both have a teen article, T-E-N, which is the accusative, feminine, singular. And in each case, they match the ending of the noun. So we know it's feminine with the matching of the ending of the noun, either an alpha or eta. It tells you it's a first declension noun. Okay, so the boldness and the entry, access. In, again, the preposition in, always translated in. Pipithesis is the dictionary form. So this is a little complicated. So the root, this is a fairly common type of noun. If you look at, again, Muntz's Morphology of the Biblical Greek, this great text, it's the third type of noun, ends with the is. Now the S is there for the nominative masculine dictionary form. The root ends in this form of the noun, either in one of two consonants which have disappeared from the Greek by the time of Christ, the digamma or the consonant iota. This was a consonant iota. It can't exist in reality, so it changes the ending of the root to either an iota or epsilon. This case, it's an epsilon. So you just add the I, which means dative singular, and telling you it's the third declension. And of course, has to be a dative because it follows the N. So the EI tells you that it's a dative singular in the third declension from this type of noun ending in an IS. Dia, preposition, It can have the following noun in the accusative or the genitive. In this case, it's the genitive, which means by means of, the instrumental case. If it's the accusative, it's on account of, account, accusative. So maybe a way to remember it. So we see the tis, again, telling you it's feminine, the eta s in the genitive singular. Pistios, again, it doesn't match. So he tells you it's third declension, and the omega s ending is the genitive singular ending, that or os for the third declension. Alpha, ou, you know by now we see alpha a lot, singular, genitive, masculine, or neuter. These chapters are, it's always masculine, referring to God or Christ typically. So the verse reads, in whom we have boldness and access with confidence by the faith in him. Of him, little awkward wording, but I think it's in context. Remember, context rules in Bible interpretation. It's our faith in Christ to whom we have access. Okay, great verse. Boy, how wonderful that we can have confidence that God accepts us through Christ and we can approach him boldly. Thanks for joining me today. Next time we'll finish this section and then start Paul's second great model prayer in Ephesians, the other one being at the end of chapter 1. I'll look forward to seeing you for the next video.